Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever considered mining Bitcoin, getting a machine, putting it to work for you on your own house, and earning a lot of Bitcoin with it? Well, there are things you need to consider before doing this. One of them, you probably have heard of the downsides. These machines are really loud and they emit a lot of heat. So if you don't want to deal with the downsides, there are alternatives. So I'm going to be talking about two of them in this video. And one of them is where you can actually buy a full machine and have it hosted somewhere else and have those people care for your machine and then just send you the Bitcoin every day or every so much. And the other is actually a new thing that I've just found out, and from a reputable company, and where you can own a fraction of that machine. So you no longer have to spend $10, $12, $15,000 to get a full mining machine. You can actually buy a percentage of that machine and get a percentage of Bitcoin mined. So if this sounds interesting to you, you have to watch this video till the end, because I'm going to explain the ways to get around these two strategies. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, guys, this kind of sounds amazing, guys. You don't need to put the loud, really warm machine in your house or in your bedroom or wherever you are considering to do that. And so what's the catch? Are these people charging you a big percentage of your Bitcoin mining? Actually, no. And actually, it could be more efficient to have it hosted somewhere else if, let's say, your energy costs are high. So, for example, in the case of Mexico, I would be paying 20 cents of a dollar per each kilowatt hour if I hosted that machine at my house. But if I host it with one of these options, you would be spending around 6 cents of a dollar all the way to maybe 10 cents if you have it hosted elsewhere. So it would actually be cheaper to have my miner hosted somewhere else than having it hosted at my home. Plus, I don't have to be maintaining that machine because these people will do that for you. So you're kind of getting an employee for free and a lower energy costs, and there are a ton of benefits. And I'm going to, before going and actually talking about the two alternatives that I found that really work, I'm going to be explaining one scam so you don't fall for that scam, because I did. And guys, I fall for scams all the time, so you don't have to do that. So I'm going to show you my browser and show you how those scams operate, so you be wary if you decide to do this. Before we get there, I want to show you the chart of Bitcoin. Overall, kind of shows that the trend is going higher. So you don't want to get a machine if you think that Bitcoin will be worth $20,000 in the long term. So for me, Bitcoin is going to be going all the way back up, potentially to $75,000. So to me, it's interesting to get a machine, even while Bitcoin is at this current price, which is not the most exciting price, right, guys? $39,000 per Bitcoin is not the best price we've ever seen. But if you think that the price of Bitcoin is going up, why not mine? So the first company I want to show you is called It's actually called IQ Mining. And this is the scammy company. I opened an account with them. They accept different ways to fund your account, and then they pretend they're mining for you. They increase the amount of Bitcoin mined for a number of days, and then it freezes and it no longer grows. And when you're fed up with them because you are not seeing any mining, then they will not allow you to take your money out of their company. So yes, you will still see a balance there, but there's no way to pull it out and put it on your wallet. So even if you see this happy customer support guy, they always give evasive answers. So they will send you to an exchange, a scamming exchange, where the only thing you can do is bet your whatever balance you have with them, and you will lose that balance. So guys, don't fall. Most cloud mining companies are scammy, and this is my bad experience. I don't know many others, because I stopped cloud mining after this happened. But if you find this company, don't, and I'm gonna say this emphatically, don't send them any money, because it will disappear from your account. It will stay in their website, but you will never be able to retrieve that. So I started investing with them when Bitcoin was around $9,000. So right now I would have made a lot of money with that, but they just don't send me my money back. So most cloud, this is the thing I want to emphasize, most cloud mining companies are scams. Now, with that said, let me show you one company that is not a scam. Actually, these are really serious and a reputable company, and it's called Compass Mining. So they are not actually a cloud mining company per se, because they actually sell your machine and they host it for you in many different regions of the world, and you can actually choose where to host that. They also have fair prices for these machines, and they actually sell those machines if you want to host them at home. And of course, they are cheaper to buy if you want to host them at home. So here are 3 examples. If you buy these machines to host at home, you would be paying anywhere from $7,400 all the way to close to $10,000. So $9,800 for this machine is really good. If you are located in the US, you don't have to pay an extra fee for taxes, import taxes. But let's say you don't live in the US and you want to buy this machine from them because it's cheap, then you will probably end up paying somewhere, it depends on your country, but in Mexico you would be paying 30% import taxes, so that would be around $3,000 more for this machine. That being said, they also offer to host these machines for you in different parts of the world, and they have all sorts of machines that some of them are really inefficient, like this Whatsminer. So 2 things you need to consider when you want to mine. One is how many terahash per second this machine can mine. And the other is how much energy does this machine consume? Because the more energy, you need to pay the energy month by month, right? So if this one is, spends 3,300 watts per hour for 58 terahash per second, this one is less efficient than this one that spends the same energy but gives you around 20% more terahash per second. So of course this machine is cheaper, but it's not that much cheaper. In this day and age, a machine that has a rate of less than 90 terahash per second is not a really good machine, because when the price of Bitcoin goes down, like right now, it's not profitable. So let's see what else they have available for you. We're looking for something 90 terahash per second and above. So this one is one of the options. They have this one with the energy consumption of 3,400 watts per hour. That's high for the amount of terahash per second. So this is not really efficient, although the price of the machine is cheap. So I would start considering a machine at this price point. And maybe you think, wow, $9,000 is a lot of money. I cannot spend this much in the machine. And then if you are looking for something cheaper, you need to see the second option I'm going to be talking about. And if you want to go directly to that, go to the description of this video and I will link that time note in that part. So you can skip to the second option. But if you are interested in buying a machine from Compass Mining and hosting it with them, there's additional benefits. So you can resell this machine at a future date and actually make a profit, because the price of these machines go up and down depending on the price of Bitcoin. So right now, Bitcoin is at $39,000, and that's why I wanted to show you the current price of Bitcoin. These machines are cheaper. When Bitcoins go back up to, let's say, $70,000 or $60,000, these machines will increase by about 20%. So you can actually make another profit just by buying machines cheap and selling them more expensive. So here, look at this. This machine, we are starting to consider this machine. This one will mine around 10% less and actually be less energy efficient. So you would be paying more dollars per gigawatt for the energy. So this one is out of the question. If you go back down here, you start finding more interesting machines and more expensive, of course. This one will mine 95 terahash per second, which is much better for a less amount of energy consumption. So this is actually better than this one. But look, the price of this machine is $9,000 and this one starts at $1,100. So you need to make your calculation, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. This is educational material, but I'm going to tell you what I purchased and why. So you can use that as a basis, as a starting point for your decision making. I actually got this machine, and the one I got, it was tweaked. So instead of giving me 90 terahash per second, it was around 95. But I purchased it when the price of Bitcoin was higher, so it cost me $1,000 more than this one. So, but this is kind of a cool machine. There are better ones, like the ones we're going to be seeing here. So the S19J Pro is actually a better, much better machine, because it will mine 100 terahash per second. So this is around 10% more Bitcoin you're going to be getting each month, or each day actually, but you're going to be spending less energy, less amount of dollars paying for the energy. Because if you see, this is around 10% less energy. So overall, you're getting around 15% more Bitcoin with this machine. And the price is just $1,000 more. Now, here's the thing you need to consider when hosting with Compass Mining. The price of the energy will change depending on where you have it hosted. So let's say you want to host it in Canada, and I'm sorry, Justin Trudeau, I would not host in Canada because of the money you have been freezing. And I don't want to be a victim of that. So I would not host in Canada, but let's say you don't care about that, right? So you would be paying around close to 7 cents of a dollar per kilowatt hour. But you can host the same machine in the United States, where so far there have not been this kind of freezing account rules being implemented. So for the same amount of dollars per kilowatt hour, you would be hosting a machine in a safer place, and the machine would cost you around $50 more. So, but there are better alternatives, related to the price of energy. But then there are downsides, and I'll show you. If you go further down, you probably find this one. And I don't need to tell you much things, guys. You will probably not want to host this machine in Russia right now because of the war. But the price of the energy is 5.7 cents per kilowatt hour. And does this really make a difference? Yes, guys, because I have a machine hosted in Russia right now, and so far so good. And I'm paying $167 per month for the energy consumption of this machine, while I have another one hosted in the US, and I'm paying around $220 for that machine. So it does make a difference. You're earning $100 less per month because you have it hosted in the US. Now, I would not buy another machine to be hosted in Russia right now. Definitely not until things stabilize. So consider that when deciding where you want to host this machine. The other thing you need to know that Russia, the hosting facility they have in Russia, uses renewable energy to mine Bitcoin. And in the future, this might be a big issue. It is a second-hand machine, but guys, you might want to resell this machine in a year, because they're going to be more profitable ones in the near future. So you normally will hold this machine for a year and a half. That's important to know. So I don't mind it's second-hand. If you want a new one, you can get another one hosted in the US, which is a good alternative. So if I was going to buy a new machine, let's say one of these machines, I would probably want to host it in the US, probably in one of the states that love freedom more than other states. So I would choose Texas as opposed to, let's say, California, and they do not have hosted in California, which is a good thing. So with this is kind of the end of this part of the video, where you buy a full machine and have it hosted by this facility that is connected to Compass Mining. Compass Mining is a reputable company. And that's why I have 2 machines hosted with them. Now, what if you don't want to spend $12,000 for this machine? Well, this is the good news. You no longer have to do that. And you no longer have to fall for this scammy companies. You can actually do it with a really reputable company. And I'm going to show you. Kucoin, and you probably heard of this, guys, just released one of the cloud mining services that are one of the best I've seen anywhere. So the first thing you need to know is that Kucoin is a serious company. It's a reputable company, and I've been with them for a while. I have not lost a cent with them, and actually have made a good amount of money with them with all the different products they have. Now, if you already have an account registered with Kucoin, then you can go ahead and click on Earn and select mining, cloud mining. But if you don't, here's a really cool thing, guys. I'm going to place in the description of this video a link where if you click on that link to register for Kucoin, then you're going to be getting a discount in all their fees. So I advise you to create your account with Kucoin using that link. Now, with that said, let's go to see where you can actually get this service. So you would go directly to Earn and click on Cloud Mining. And by doing so, it will take you to the section of their website where you can choose one of their services. The better one is sold out, as you can see here, guys. This one gave you an APR of almost 200% per year, which is really cool. But as you would imagine, it's sold out. And they just released this service yesterday, guys. So I urge you, if you consider this is something that you are interested in and financially it makes sense to you, they have a second and last service right now, which will yield you around 100% per year, which to me, it's music to my ears because 100% is really nice. Now, you can get all the way to 1/20th of a mining machine with Kucoin. So, and I'll show you how to do that. So you would be, in essence, renting this machine for a year in this option. As we were discussing, 1 year is more than enough to hold the machine. Maybe you want to hold it for a year and a half, but there are more efficient machines coming up in July this year from Antminer. So a year is fair. And basically how to evaluate if this is a good option for you. If you believe what Kucoin says, you're going to be getting close to 100% of your investment as profits, this is good enough. Now consider this. They say you will be yielding close to 100%, considering that the current price of Bitcoin is $39,500. If by the end of this year, Bitcoin is priced around $70,000, then you're probably going to be doubling that. We don't know how much the price of Bitcoin is going to be in a year, but we can assume it's potentially going up. So I'm going to do this with you guys online in this video. I'm going to actually buy a percentage of these services. So this is kind of a tutorial. So if you want to do this, you can just follow along. So I'm going to click on buy. Unfortunately, the other service that yields you the twice as much yield is gone, but I'm going to buy my percentage, my fraction of a Bitcoin machine here. So you can buy as low as 5 terahash per second. So if you remember, guys, this machine was yielding 100 terahash per second. So I'm buying a 20th of this machine. So, which is 5% basically. So I'm going to, potentially buy 1/5 of this machine, which would cost me $230, just $230 for that machine. So if I multiply this by 20, yes, it's going to be more expensive than buying the full machine, but I don't have to resell it in a year. So this is already interesting. And I'm going to be yielding, according to Kucoin, 94% on top of my initial investment. So this is cool. This is cool. This works for me. So I'm actually going to be buying 7 terahash per second in this video. And the other thing you need to consider, guys, is the energy you need to pay, right? Because Kucoin is not going to give you that for free. So how much is the cost of energy if you host with Kucoin? Actually, they tell you down here, it's actually 6 cents, and it was somewhere around here. You have to take my word for that, unless you want to actually go and look for this. It was somewhere here, but don't mind. I already looked and it was, it's here. 6 cents for, which is lower than what you're paying at Compass Mining, actually. So if you were, so here's my invoice. I'm going to be paying this month $171 for energy costs for my machine in the US. I'm going to be paying much less here. So let's say I want to enter $44. That would pay me, let me close this other window. I'm going to be buying 7 terahash per second. If I prepay $44, I'm going to be prepaying 104 days of energy costs. So that's pretty fair. You need to be mindful, guys. You need to be paying your energy costs. Otherwise, you will be probably forfeiting your machine or your percentage of a machine. You need to read this contract, which we'll not be doing in this video. So let's go ahead. I'm going to submit the order. In total, I'm going to be paying $325 for my fraction of the machine, which is 7 terahash out of 100 that this machine produces. And I'm going to prepay $44 of energy. That brings it to a total of $369. I'm going to submit the order, and I'm just going to click on buy, and it asks me for my email verification code. So I'm going to pause the video for a second so you don't have to be bored by me doing this. 1 second. Okay, guys, it's done. I paid for this machine. I just had to enter the credentials, like my login information and my security numbers. And I already placed this order. And then I can just follow along to see how much Bitcoin I'm getting as days go through. So, or days pass by. So this is really easy, guys. I just bought a fraction of the machine. And as I was saying, you don't have to buy the full machine, which is really cool. Of course, it's going to be more profitable potentially if you buy the full machine, but this is still 98% yielding, going to yield you 98% per year. So how much of a machine did I just purchase, which is 7 terahash out of 100? I got 7% of that. Well, yeah, of 7% of that machine. So I hope you benefit from this video. I think it's really interesting. And before Kucoin offered this, only those scammy companies offer this service. So don't fall for the scammy ones. Remember, IQ mining are the bad guys. Those are the kind of the ones that place more marketing. So a lot of people fall prey to that. If you go to Trustpilot, you're going to be reading a lot of comments about how they scammed you. And of course, they're going to be answering those comments telling you that they want to fix things, but they never do. So Kucoin is reputable. And of course, Compass mining is the best option so far. Or you can host that machine in your house, but I do not recommend it unless you have very tolerant family members who don't mind the heat and the noise. That was it for it today. I hope you liked this video. If you did, do like it. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you are interested in getting more content about how to create money, how to grow it, and how to protect it. Bye-bye for now.